Welcome to Startup Hack. Today we're going to talk about what Steve Jobs said that most people get wrong about focus. And I've really noticed this in my life and in my career as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Startup Hack. My name is Spencer Thomason. I am the CEO and co-founder of CleanRouter as well as many other products. Here are some lessons that I've learned building a successful business while challenging startup norms. My challenge is to push you to rethink startup success. Welcome to Startup Hack. All right, let's go ahead and dig in today. So Steve Jobs says, here's what most people get wrong about focus. Steve Jobs knew that great ideas can kill productivity. Focusing is about saying no, the late co-founder explained at Apple's 1997 WWDC. You've got to say no, and you've got to say no, and that ticks some people off. Now, to Jobs, focus wasn't about willpower. It was about the courage to abandon 1,000 great ideas to meet one big goal, even if that made people mad in the process. 1997 brought great turmoil to Apple. Its 1996 holiday sales fell far short of their goals, paving the way for a major reconstructing. Apple execs developed a hot list and hit list to determine which projects would stay funded. That year, Apple laid off 1/3 of its workforce. By 97 conference, Jobs had returned to the company he co-founded to help overhaul production and design. Jobs addressed the core problem the company had faced. Its engineers were doing interesting work, but that work sent the company in 18 different directions, he said. He wanted to say, I know some of you spend a lot of time working on stuff that we put a bullet in the head of, he explained at the conference. I apologize. I feel your pain. But Apple suffered for several years from lousy engineering management. We had to decide, he said, what made sense and what didn't. He would explain later that year that Apple's ability to execute was really high, but that it was executing wonderfully on many of the wrong things. Here, when there's this sort of distraction, said Jobs, the total is less than the sum of its parts. This advice is particularly crucial in a world where nearly every project can seem like a high priority. Many workers say they feel the need to respond immediately, for example, to every email or Slack message, knowing their real work is getting put on the back burner. Saying no can help anyone reevaluate priorities, revisit a project, and scope and recommit to a bigger role. Now, I've seen this as well, too. I've seen a lot of projects that sometimes seem like they're the most important, and so then, because of that, a lot of other projects get neglected, and sometimes the bigger priority can get neglected just because of a squeaky wheel. And I've often heard the proverb that says that he who chases 2 rabbits catches none, and I've found this to be true as well. I think it's important that as you work toward making sure that you're focusing on the most important thing, the prioritization can become one of the most important tasks. So as an engineering manager, when you're managing other people, clearly explaining what is priority is often the best. And in a lot of cases, this does mean that they have to say no to responding to other things. And I know sometimes this can make those who are getting told no upset, and sometimes it may make prioritizing some work over a client work, and these are the things that can be important. But if we chase every single feature that a client requests, if we change every single email or Slack channel or message or Teams message that comes in, then it can often really kill productivity. So I know that that's an important piece, is to make sure we're staying focused on the highest priority, and so that way you can deliver some of the best things. I know that this is some of the way that Apple has delivered things like the iPhone and things that have changed the world. So I would strongly encourage you to make sure that you look at the right things and say yes only to those things which are most important and most critical. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, as I like to bring great updates and lots of information and advice to entrepreneurs and business owners, and we'll talk with you next time.